Now on Up with KREM, strong words from Washington Governor Jay Inslee. He says the time for wavering on the vaccine is over.
It's understandable, I think, that some have been hesitant up till now, but now we have had over 300 million people take this vaccine safely.
This morning, who is now required to get the vaccine and what happens if they don't get it?
And business owners are already worried about how the mandate will affect their workforce.
I have caregivers. They're texting me saying, I guess I'm out of a job October 18th. Maybe I'll move to Kentucky. Laugh out loud. These guys aren't going to be forced to be mandated. We are going to lose a lot of the workforce.
This morning, the concerns for businesses trying to keep their staff.
And of course, we're going to take you outside. We've got a little cloud cover and cool temperatures this morning, but that's not going to last. We're talking heat and smoke returning.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, it's official. Washington State has a vaccine mandate. Now, it applies to public employees for state cabinet agencies as well as healthcare workers.
That's why we want to hear from you this morning. You drive the conversation on this show. So who do you think should be mandated to get a vaccine? Let us know by texting us at 509-448-2000. We'll talk about your messages all morning long here on Up with KREM. A lot of people talking about this one, that's for sure.
Absolutely. We've already gotten a lot of messages this morning, and of course, we appreciate all of them. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. Well, good morning and happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us with Up with KREM.
Yeah, glad to have you here with us. We do want to jump in to weather now and check in with meteorologist Jeremy Legoo, because Jeremy, it sounds like today might be the last nice kind of summer day that we're used to in the inland Northwest before things really heat up again.
Yeah, it's like a normal summer day, then 2021 summer day, just like that. It happens so fast. So let's get you out the door early on this morning with what to expect. You can see a little bit of cloud cover. Haze not looking too bad early on this morning as some of those clouds funnel in. Temperatures hovering close to 60 already. We're up to 59 degrees here in Spokane. You cross the state line, 60 in Coeur d'Alene, 54 in Sandpoint. You move out into central Washington, 57 in Moses Lake, and staying near 70 in Wenatchee. And as we move through the day, expect a little bit of wind, gusty at times as it shifts to westerly later on this afternoon. And air quality stays around moderate early on today, so you still can open those windows. You still can let in some of that cooler air. But that's as clouds build in, and that's as, well, our excessive heat watch goes into effect. That's for temperatures on the rise. We are warming up and in a big way across the region. As Tim and Shannon were talking about tomorrow, all bets are off. But for today, temperatures pretty close to normal. Normal for this time of year, 86 degrees. We'll be in the upper 80s later on today. Tomorrow, we watch that number jump by 10.
Not looking forward to that, Jeremy. Well, COVID cases are increasing here in the inland Northwest, and health experts say it's because of the Delta variant.
Yeah, so in an effort to slow the spread of the virus in Washington, Governor Jay Inslee announcing a new vaccine mandate. Nicole Hernandez joins us now this morning. Nicole, you're breaking down who's required to have this COVID vaccine now in the state. Good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. So there's a whole new list of workers that are going to be required to be fully vaccinated by mid-October, according to Governor Jay Inslee here. So take a look at your screen. You can see a list of all of the workers that are included in this new mandate. First of all, public employees for state cabinet agencies must be vaccinated. This also includes state contractors. And second, all public or private healthcare workers in Washington, plus workers in long-term care facilities. The new mandate does not apply to separately elected state leaders or their employees, so people like the Attorney General's office, but those offices largely are requiring vaccines on their own. It also does not apply to K-12 schools or higher education. Now, for those who it does apply for, workers will need to be fully vaccinated by October 18th. Employers are responsible for making sure that their workers are vaccinated, and if employees refuse, they can be fired. Governor Inslee said with the Delta variant threatening the state's recovery, the time for wavering on the vaccine is over.
You know, it's understandable, I think, that some have been hesitant up till now. It's understandable they would ask questions about this vaccine. It's a new vaccine, by the way. But now we have had over 300 million people take this vaccine safely. Over 165 million Americans are already successfully vaccinated. This vaccine has now been arms for over a year, safely and effectively. So we need folks.
Now, Inslee said this is all under his emergency pandemic authority. At the moment, he is not issuing any new mask mandates. Now, we were able to speak with spokespeople from both the city of Spokane and Spokane County, and they say as of right now, they are not considering any vaccine mandates specifically for people in local governments. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
So this mandate will have a huge impact on the state's long-term care facilities, where it's estimated less than 70% of the state's workers are vaccinated.
Now, with the vaccine mandate, Washington Healthcare Association President Robin Dale hopes to see a much-needed boost in staff vaccinations at long-term care facilities. Right now, he worries that low numbers could lead to a new surge in cases among the state's most vulnerable.
That's a head scratcher for me. I haven't figured out why individuals will choose to work and be around elders who are so susceptible to this and at the same time not get vaccinated.
He also points out long-term care facilities are already in a staffing crisis. Dale wants to see the state prepare teams like travel nurses who can assist when unvaccinated staff have to be let go.
Now, while state officials are worrying about a rising number of cases in those facilities, locally caregiving facilities are worried about keeping their staff.
A teacher of administrator courses for family homes spoke with KREM 2, and she says the mandate is just another obstacle to keeping caregiving facilities staffed, and says that workers will leave the jobs instead of getting the vaccine.
I have people have been texting me all afternoon saying, Amanda, I have 12 staff. They're going to walk away. If they walk away, I'm going to have to close my doors. What are we going to do with the elderly people? I have caregivers. They're texting me saying, I guess I'm out of a job October 18th. Maybe I'll move to Kentucky, laugh out loud. These guys aren't going to be forced to be mandated. We are going to lose a lot of the workforce.
With the mandate, she worries about the quality of care deteriorating simply because the workers will go elsewhere.
Now, Washington state officials are not the only ones with a vaccine mandate. The Pentagon will soon require all members of the U.S. military to be vaccinated against COVID-19. In a memo distributed to troops, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said a healthy armed forces is necessary for national security. The rule is expected to go into effect next month.
All of this comes as cases in the inland Northwest continue to grow. So across the state line in Kootenai Health, they say that they have the highest COVID-19 inpatient volumes in the state.
According to Kootenai Health, since the beginning of the surge, 97% of all COVID-19 patients requiring hospitalizations are unvaccinated. Now, because of the high capacity in hospitals, most elective surgeries have been postponed up to 8 weeks.
And while the new mandate does not cross the state line, officials are urging everyone to get the vaccine.
So, of course, here at KREM, we want to make sure that you're getting more to every story and that you have all of the information you need as easy as possible.
If you would like to read more about the vaccine mandate or hospitalizations in North Idaho, all you have to do, text that word there, vaccine, to 509-448-2000. We'll send information right to your phone. The vaccine mandate is here, of course, and now some places are requiring masks for all again. Where you need to mask up and what company is requiring it from its employees.
The new climate report says the effects of climate change are irreversible and will continue to accelerate. But there are ways to keep it from getting worse. This morning, what experts say needs to be done right now.
And when it comes to weather and climate, weather is what you expect today. Climate is that averaged out over 30 years. And believe it or not, when we got our latest climate update here in the inland Northwest, places like Spokane bumped up their average temperatures. But despite our average temperatures bumping up, our next few days are set to be well above normal. I'll walk you through a heat wave that's on the way and what you can expect.